Hello Lego friends, thanks for stopping by. Got a 3-part video for you here. I'll try to get through it in Thrift, but it won't be easy. As I mentioned before, I'm attempting to build a hospital mock starting with this Lego City Hospital Retired Set 60204. So I thought probably wise, since I'm just going to go freestyle on the hospital, to go ahead and use up all the parts that are for the ambulance and the chopper. That way I don't mix those into my build pile for the hospital itself. Just get those over with. And then I like lighting. I want lighting on a lot of my cities, so I came across a light tailing LED kit. It was not complete, but it had what I really knew I would need, which is lights for the ambulance, lights for the chopper, and lights for the hospital. Even though my hospital will change, I know I can use the lights through the hospital. I think what it didn't have was a USB hub, because each light assembly is one string of lights with one USB. So you're going to need a hub, but I already have that. And then, of course, the instruction manual, the all-important instruction manual. So just first of 3 parts of this video, just the ambulance itself. I'm not going to do a lengthy review because most people who wanted this probably already have it. But just want to say that I do love this little ambulance. Probably built it in 15 to 20 minutes. Not a lot of parts. But, of course, the important thing is a lot of stickers. And I think they're fantastic. I don't mind stickers. I don't look at that as a negative thing. I grew up building model rockets and probably put water slide decals and vinyl stickers on hundreds of model rockets and other models. So I kind of like doing that, but I started right out immediately with one of the clear stickers here for representing blinds on the windows, and went right away and slapped my finger right on it. Oops. So yeah, that was nice. Otherwise, I just used an X-Acto. Usually I try to just get to a corner and apply them with that. So if this thing's ever stolen, police are going to come right to me because my fingerprint is right in there on one of them. But you know what? It's okay. I think it's probably that one. Looks the most like the one that's been affected the most. But not too bad. So a lot of stickers, but I think they really need it. But one thing I love about this thing is there's just no doubt about what it is. Definitely an ambulance. Love it. The city garbage truck to me didn't represent exactly what I expected to see in a garbage truck, but you know what I mean? It works. But this one, no doubt about it. Fantastic. So again, easy to build, fun to build. Took me maybe about 15-20 minutes. So again, if you want this one, you're planning on getting it, don't let the stickers hold you back. They're pretty easy to do, and I had to pull a couple off because they just weren't looking very good. And that went together real well. So then secondly, I wanted to talk about the lighting for this one, and I won't go over in detail how to apply lighting to this. If you want that, put it in the comments, and maybe I'll do a separate video on exactly how I did the lighting for this. But what I can say, and this is no slight on light tailing at all, but just kind of a general rant about lighting in general, is that, you get these bricks which have LEDs in where the buttons are, where the studs are, and then the wires come out. Now the wires, often in the bricks, they make a slot so the wires can come out and you can seat those bricks well, right? But what we know now is that, and you can see it here, is that those LEDs just aren't in far enough for the bricks to seat all the way down. So this part here was pretty much a living nightmare. Probably spent 45 minutes to an hour just on this part. It was 2 hours really of fun in between anxiety and cursing and exploring the dictionary, trying to get all this lighting in and trying to run it in a pathway that made sense and kept it kind of hidden. So, my thought is maybe that's the next part of this. I mean, I will talk about light tailing. Actually, we could talk about light tailing real quickly. Light tailing LED kit. This is good quality. I don't have any rant or problems with this LED kit other than what I just told you about, that this was really hard to get any of the studs to actually sit down and stay in place. But the quality of this is really good. Wires are decent. They're nicely sized. They're small enough you can get them in and around the studs, but they're also strong. You can tell you're not going to break them and break that connection. And the lights are really good. So that's it about light tailing. But just sort of a general rant on lighting. In general, I don't think there's any kits out there that probably have this simple idea figured out, which is, if they're not going to connect real well, I'm no genius or engineer with Lego, but it just seemed to me that they would make the flat part be underneath the stud there, just make it a little bit longer, just a millimeter or so longer, so it would sit in place. And then also just to make some of mine seem to sit better because of the wiring. If you've got one of these seated down on a stud and it's surrounded by other studs, that wiring's going to be hit and it's going to make it hard for the stud to sit. So I applied another brick, same color brick, same style, on top of the one where the LED brick would normally go, as long as it didn't look odd. I think I did that here in 1 or 2 spots. You can't even tell. I can't even remember where I did it. But it just made the stud sit easier because the wires then weren't getting pressed by a stud that's next to it. Another thing I did, again, hard to tell here, but in this front section here, there's 2 1x2 gray bricks here, right? So the only way I could see to hide this wiring is underneath this piece here. Well, this piece and the 1x2 gray behind this one are the ones that hold this onto the ambulance. And this guy here, it would be hitting a brick all the way across here. And you've got a ton of wires here from these 3 LED bricks. So what I did is basically adding this 1x2 basically made this more of a cosmetic cover. It's actually not attached really hard where the wiring is between all these lights. And I think it worked really well, and it's on solid enough that I can roll the ambulance around no problem. I think it looks good. So that's the issues there with lighting. I really spent most of my time trying to hide the wires. You can see that it was quite a challenge. And on the top as well, I added some 1x2 white plates to hide even more of the wiring. And in the end, you can see a wire inside there, but I don't mind that too much. Not much detailing inside the ambulance. And I'm not going to open it up since I've got the wires in there. But yeah, that was a challenge. Probably wiring this and getting the lighting, to where I wanted it, to get the wires all hidden. Honestly, took a couple hours. In fact, this little area here, you can see a lot of wires here. I ended up taking this tire off and getting them through this wheel well more, and then running them underneath and then sticking them down with Tamiya tape. So this is a modeler's tape, great for masking if you're going to do any painting. So it's sticky, but it's not super sticky. Easy to remove, easy to apply. Great stuff. And then I added this stud and ran these wires up around it to kind of catch them and pull them underneath. So that worked out pretty good. But the wires aren't interfering. I can roll it around and it does pretty well. So that's pretty good. Happy with that. And I'll show you the lighting here in a minute. We'll fire it up. Last rant. Maybe it's out of step, but Lego's making 18 plus adult sets now, and lighting is becoming pretty common. And I think, I don't know how hard it would be for them, but it would be nice if Lego would take that into consideration. Not provide lighting kits with their adult sets necessarily, because I know that's a whole nother cost. They'd almost have to probably purchase a company to do it. But they already have Lego bricks with holes in them. It would be nice if they'd consider just modifying on the 18 plus sets, at least for starters, to see how it goes. some of the bricks so you could run your wires easily past little notches in the bricks or holes in the bricks. I think they could do that pretty easy. It would sure make life easier. Because the hardest part of this was really the wiring, especially up here in the front, trying to hide all these wires. Again, that took a good part of an hour to get all these in. So, having said that, rant over. Let's plug this thing in and we'll take a look at it here. And I'll kill some of the lights. I'm going to use my little charger here and check this baby out. And there we go. Very worthwhile. All that time spent was really worthwhile. Again, this is the light tailing kit. Now, I think if you want just this kit at light tailing, it's about $40. But I got lights for just the ambulance, the chopper, and the hospital for about $15 on eBay, free shipping. So I think that was a pretty good deal. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Just love it. So that's it. Done with this one. On to the chopper now. I'll add LED lighting onto the chopper also, and then I'll do a video showing you how that looks. Pretty happy with it. So that's it. Set 60204. This is the ambulance from the city hospital set. It's retired now. LED lights are in. This baby's ready to go into the city. And I like it. Any thoughts, comments, suggestions, rants about lighting, Lego adult sets? Love to hear it in the comments. So I appreciate your support. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you on the next one.